Well, hello everybody, I hope you are all well. Welcome back to another Doctor Who Big Finish audio drama review. In today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at one of the latest releases to feature David Tennant as the 10th Doctor, embarking on a brand new adventure, which is of course Dalek Universe. In today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at Volume 1 of the series, which is available to order on the Big Finish website now, in a number of different formats, including digital download, CD and vinyl. Actually, of course, Dalek Universe is a set of 3 volumes, in fact being released over 2021. However, for the vast majority of this year so far, I have indeed been rather busy. Therefore, over the next week or so on the Host Productions, I'm going to be taking a look at both Volumes 1 and Volumes 2 in order to catch up ahead of the release of Volume 3 in October later this year. So today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the first 3 stories as a part of this series within Volume 1. Before we get into the actual adventures themselves, I just thought I would briefly take a look at the actual record, because this collection is also available on vinyl in this rather lovely looking collector's set. It is limited edition to 1,000 units. Mine is the 442nd release, and basically you can open it up, and on the inside it does also have the printing of all of the cover artworks for this series, which is really nice indeed. And of course the records are behind each sleeve. The records in this collector's set are in fact just the regular black vinyl. However, if you are a fan of Doctor Who records, this is something that's certainly of which worth adding to your collection, especially given that it is a nice limited edition collector's set. They're also doing these for the 9th Doctor series as well. So without further ado, let's take a look at Dalek Universe Volume 1. I was very excited when I first heard that David Tennant will be starring as the 10th Doctor in not just one box set, but a whole series of adventures. Of course, it's great fun when we get to see box sets with the TV companions, the likes of Donna Noble and Rose Tyler, and no doubt eventually Martha, with Freema having her own box set, The Year of Martha Jones, later this year. But these box sets are modelled towards the newer fans, with little or even no listening experience, set within the boundaries of the TV stories. Usually these episodes are only 1 hour in duration, and as a result, although they are quite fun, fast-paced adventures, there isn't too much for the 10th Doctor to really sink his teeth into. There's no plot arcs or experimental stories, it's just simply easy listening. Dalek Universe is finally the chance for Big Finish to put their mark on the 10th Doctor, creating essentially a whole new series or era between the events of Series 4 and the 2009 specials. Overall, this series seems to have been received very well by fans, and I can certainly see why. This series is very exciting, dramatic, and packed with twists the more regular 10th Doctor releases tend not to have. Buying Time, written by John Dorney, opens the series, and it doesn't take long to delve headfirst into the action. The Doctor has been transported to an alien world without his TARDIS, and there he bumps into the Space Security Service. Within these ranks we have Anya Kingdom, who previously encountered the 4th Doctor during the events of the 4th Doctor Adventures Series 8 under the fake alias of Anne Kelso. The mission is to track down a spaceship which has crash-landed on the planet, which is a rather deadly environment, and the spaceship has crashed in mysterious circumstances, and the Space Security Service wish to find out what has happened. The story has the feel of a rather expedition mission themed narrative. This style continues throughout this volume, with episodes 1 and 2 feeling very much like an opening series 2-parter. I really do love the dynamic between the 10th Doctor and Anya, the struggles of 10 being able to accept her after the events within the 4th Doctor era. Jane Slavin instantly leaps off the page and is an absolute joy to listen to. To accompany them, we also have Mark 7, as portrayed by Joe Sims, an android who also works for the Space Security Service, and again, he is a brilliant character. It's like the Doctor is travelling with an Action Man equivalent. With great wit and logic, he's the perfect addition to this box set. The ending of episode 1 is quite a shock to say the least, and for that reason I'm not going to be mentioning it within this review, and I will let you find that out for yourself. However, what I can recall is when this box set was initially released, so many people were listening along at the same time, and so many people were mentioning how exciting the cliffhanger was without actually mentioning what the cliffhanger was. I thought that was really lovely because it showed that there was this communal sense to listening to Big Finish, yet everybody was respecting the spoilers spoilers and letting everybody find out for themselves. I thought that was really nice. But more importantly, this cliffhanger shows that Big Finish simply aren't messing around when it comes to delivering a 10th Doctor series with impact. This is a brand new era, and we are about to go on a brand new journey. Episode 2 is The Wrong Woman, also written by John Dorney, and this episode sees the narrative start to focus on Sheldrake, who has introduced commercial time travel to the masses. What could possibly go wrong? And he wishes for nobody to get in his way. Mark Gatiss is a lot of fun, and I'm glad that his character is more of an academic professor persona rather than an evil villain, which would edge a little bit too close to his Unbound Master portrayal. What I like about this story is it sounds like a very science fiction concept, this whole idea of commercial time travel and characters the likes of Sheldrake wishing to launch the next step into space. We are already seeing the rich attempting to commercialise orbital travel, so it's great to see this implemented within the Doctor Who universe and kind of show that in reality, where money is involved, nothing really changes. Gemma Whelan absolutely steals the show as the character of the newcomer, a crazy charismatic character which provides a great opportunity for David Tennant to expand his Doctor's experiences. By this point we have merely seen an extension of the 10th Doctor from the TV stories. Dalek Universe is seeing Tennant and Big Finish starting to introduce their interpretation, and this is very welcome. This story builds on the Doctor's emotional side from their experiences within the TV show, and that is one of my favourite aspects of this series. We're starting to dig into the Doctor's feelings and emotions and kind of test him along the way. The Wrong Woman is a futuristic Earth time travel adventure with lots of timeline merging, explosions and drama. It's a lot of fun to listen to, and it's worth mentioning at this point that although it's called Dalek Universe, this box set contains in fact very little glimpses of Daleks. In fact, this episode sees the one and only appearance of the Daleks within this box set, and even then it is a very small cameo. This, I think, is certainly the right move, as this volume is all about building the foundation blocks of this series, and then from there the series will expand. Volume 1 acts as a fantastic foundation, and this in turn gives me hope for the 2 further volumes within this series. Volume 1 concludes with Andrew Smith's contribution to the set, which is the House of Kingdom, featuring the return of the Mechanoids. After the revelations of the previous 2-parter, the Doctor must set out on his mission to unite with the TARDIS. To do this, he needs to find an expert within time travel. So he, Mark and Anya set out on this mission. As the title suggests, this story is a close-to-home character piece for Anya Kingdom, digging into her family tree and background, including the likes of Sarah Kingdom from the 60s story The Daleks' Master Plan, and her grandfather Merrick, as portrayed by Kevin McNally. It's clear that Anya has struggled a lot in the past, being surrounded by the Space Security Service events. Her life has pretty much grew up on the Space Security Service, and that is the main focus of her life. Merrick has flaws as a character, but he's certainly kept me invested as a listener, alongside his fellow scientist friend, the blunt Dr. Crane. At this point within the series, it's really appreciated to offer Anya something to pad out her past. Hearing this story makes me more emotionally invested in her character, so I only hope that Mark 7 is given a similar style of story to focus himself within Volume 2. I really like how this story utilises the function of the Mechanoids as a terraforming world builder for human colonists. It's such a practical yet logical role, and surprisingly the 10th Doctor works very well with them. At first I did wonder if these 60s creations with their weirdly jittery computer voices may slow down or suffer from the fast-paced drama of new series Doctor Who, but no, I was pleasantly surprised. In fact, this whole episode is basically a blend of Russell T Davies' Doctor Who and the First Doctor era, in particular the early Terry Nation stories. In fact, Dalek Universe as a whole is a celebration of the Terry Nation serials within Doctor Who's past. The story does conclude with an exciting cliffhanger, and I look forward to see this being resolved within the second volume of this series. As opening box sets go, Dalek Universe 1 offers a lot. Superb characters, lots of drama, and the beginning of an expanded era for David Tennant's Doctor. As a set of stories, it feels very secure, planned, and establishes a nice direction for the series that the main protagonists will be following within the later volumes. In comparison to the likes of the opening 9th Doctor box set Ravages, perhaps that is something that volume of stories lacked. If you were to compare them both as opening releases to a whole new era, there is definitely something in this release for fans of both classic series and new series Doctor Who, and having now listened to it 3 times, I think it definitely lives up to repeated listens. So thank you very much for watching this review of Dalek Universe Volume 1. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Overall, I'm really looking forward to taking a look at the other adventures as a part of this series, because Volume 1 has really set up this whole era of the 10th Doctor very well. Lots of great stories, lots of great characters. I can only imagine that this series is going to lead on to very positive things indeed. I most certainly recommend this series for those of you that haven't got into Big Finish already, or for those of you that want something a little bit more experimental and different from the 10th Doctor stories that kind of go beyond the adventures that we've seen with his Doctor so far. So thank you very much for watching this review. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Do of course stay tuned on The Host Productions for brand new Doctor Who content each and every week. Of course, on that note, I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.